Hello, your world. Welcome to your world news as your world turns. It's Tuesday, 29th of December, 2015. Give me a second here. Um, yeah, stream. So to avoid feedback, pause my YouTube. Sorry. Um, Screen share here, and the link is below if you want to join. There we go. This is coming to okay. Ban applauds. General Assembly adoption of 5.4 billion UN budget for the next 2 years. This was the 23rd. He applauded the member states on Wednesday night for adopting the budget that will carry out its vital work during 2016-2017. The budget you have approved reflects the difficult global financial reality we have faced for a number of years. Wrapped up its work for the main part of its 17th session by taking action on a number of texts recommended by the Fifth Committee, which focus on administrative and budgetary concerns. Funding continues to shrink while demands on the United Nations grows. Yeah, they're busy making war everywhere. Ban went on to say that the Assembly has wisely decided to add resources to strengthen the very important pillar of development, commending its decision to support the follow-up and review of the world body's efforts to reach the Sustainable Development Goals, carry out the financing for development agenda. See there, more Agenda 21. I'll leave it. Read that. Then you also have this. Let me say, renovation of UN headquarters in Geneva approved. On Wednesday, they approved. The General Assembly in New York approved the renovation project for the complex in Geneva. Work will commence in 2017 and is estimated to cost $846.6 million. The headquarters in Geneva was never fully renovated, and seeking funds to make improvements.
God
damn it.
Huh? You hear?
Sorry about that. And then I'll leave a link to that. Switzerland set to vote on banning banks from creating money. And only, they'll hold a referendum to decide whether to ban commercial banks from creating money. They confirmed on Thursday and would hold a plebiscite. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. After more than 110,000 people signed a petition calling for a central bank to be given sole power to create money in the financial system. And movements led by Swiss Sovereign Money Movement, known as that initiative, designed to limit financial speculation by requiring private banks to hold 100 PC reserves against their deposits. So it means only the central bank will be able to print the money. And then, where is that? Okay. 90% of money in circulation in Switzerland now exists in forms of electronic cash. So, there's the paperless, whatever, billing. So here we go to the cashless way of spending, whatever. Anyway. Links below if anyone wants to join. That's all I had. There's not much news around here. Had bad storms come through last night. Tornado warning. Didn't see no tornado though. Yay. Anybody wants to join, feel free. Tornado, Eric. That's funny. Other places in the country weren't so lucky. I heard Texas got it pretty bad. Oh man, that sucks, Tony. Had to buy a new laptop. Man, crashed and black screen of death. And a lot of negativity out there, Ed. That's right. So, anybody can join, so feel free. Links out. Otherwise, I'm sitting here talking to myself. The New Year's is coming up, and they're going to hype up the fear, be afraid, terror attack. But that's more or less probably what it is. Just fear to get you to stay at home and suspect your neighbors and shit. Feel free to join. And feel free to join, people. Speak if you want to speak. But remember, you can't believe everything you read in these newspapers and shit. You got to know there's a lot of disinfo out there. I've been seeing a lot recently. You can't I mean, can't. A lot of stuff is put out there just to, make you think one thing about this person or that person or these group of people. So you gotta use discernment and decide for yourself: is this bullshit or is this for real? Do your research. Don't just go on what one article says or one person says. Do research for yourself. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of this info out there. Just be careful, not to spread it around yourself. And if you do, and you find out it's not true, say, "Oops, sorry, my bad, I fucked up." Because I've had to do that myself before. So nobody's perfect. Like I said, feel free to join the links below and on the event page. I have kids coming in and out, so I might have to mute every now and then. So, kids, they can be loud at times. So feel free to join. I gotta mute it in just a second. They're not coming in. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. False alarm. Sorry. Like I said, links below if anyone wants to join. You can wait till we're off air, whatever. That's cool too. And like I said, you can't believe everything you read. Like say about Putin, saying, "Oh, he's a good guy. He's gonna save us." It's bullshit. Because they're all playing the same game. They're all playing their part. So, I mean, even Obama plays his part, and fucking everybody does. Even we do. So, feel free to join anybody. Hello, Eric. Can you hear me? Let's give you just a minute there. Hello to the chat. Debbie, Cullinan, Lorraine, Eric, Tony, Ed. That's everybody. Hello, guys. You rock too, Ed. Thanks. Having trouble commenting in the YouTube, so I was lucky to get one little comment in there. So I don't comment to you. Sorry, I'm not able to. Eric's dropped out, so he must be having problems there. There's a lot of people have been having problems. So Googles, and I had my share yesterday, so, and Saturday. Just hope it gets better and not worse. So there's Eric back. I hope it's straightened out now. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Oh, can you hear me? Hey.
Yeah, I can hear you.
shit, they be playing with the shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Got you trying to. They'll have you trying to get on this motherfucker.
I know yesterday, man, I was trying to get on one and it kept booting me out, booting me out, booting me out. And I tried to get it back on. I finally got on. I had no fucking audio, so I had to reboot my whole computer. Shit.
It's because they know you now.
Mm-hmm.
They know what you stand for, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that when I go into like I said, when I go into other places, these
Yeah.
people do not even have these problems, right?
No. Yeah.
Because YouTube and Google, they got their own algorithm codes. So
Yeah.
when but before you can even break the code, that's what I'm pissed off about. Before I can
Mm-hmm.
even break your code, I'm not allowed on. That's what I'm saying. I ain't even saying nothing wrong. I just can't even get on.
Yeah.
And then when I do get on, you can't hear me.
I got another new one in the chat. Ronald. Hey, Ronald. How you doing?
Mhm. I don't know. I think we like being beat with a stick. You kind of get used to it where, because you keep beating the motherfucking child and he ain't crying no more, stop whipping
Yeah.
his ass. You wasting your time.
Yeah.
My mother said, I'm hurting me more than I'm hurting you, so she stopped beating me.
Yeah.
Because she caught on to it.
Yep. Yep.
But
Exactly.
Google, they going to keep on whipping our ass. They don't give a fuck.
All right.
They ain't never stop silencing us and giving us problems. Why? Because we talk about a system that they don't agree with, as opposed to everybody else. If we been showing titties and ass on here, you should have never have a problem.
Oh yeah.
Evening, guys.
Hey, Peter. How you doing?
How you doing?
You good? How you?
I'm good. I thought I'd pop in and say hiya.
What,
And,
Peter popping that? What's up,
popping
Pete?
in, popping in to say hi. Yeah.
Shit, we need
Well,
Peter to
So,
we need
what time
Peter
did
to
you?
pop. We need Peter to pop off.
Yeah. What time did you get in, Becky? What time did you start?
but
So I just got in about 2 minutes ago.
yeah, I ain't been on about 15 minutes. So
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've just been. I just want to say, add something to what's going on over here, like the floods, and just say, there's lots of people had a pretty shitty holidays over here in the UK.
I can imagine.
It's been quite awful for some people. So yeah, I just catching up with some of that footage before and just seeing some of the stuff people have posted online and stuff.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, just the floods. But yeah.
Oh, the flood over there too. Did you see a rainbow? Because the God of the Bible promised to put a rainbow out there and promised never to destroy flesh or all flesh. I said, this God NATO lied to us. He lied to us. Yeah, because that's the covenant. This is the covenant that I've made between you and man, or man and God, is the rainbow. And when you see the rainbow, that is a promise that I would never destroy all flesh or any kind of flesh by water. So that's totally a lie.
Oh yeah.
Totally a lie. The covenant is bullshit. And like I said, where's the rainbow
Are
at?
you talking biblical texts and stuff, Erica?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
man.
Yeah, that's where
Stories.
all this
Yeah.
shit comes from.
Right.
So,
Sorry.
so,
Yeah. So I
so
just
I'm wondering where.
zone into that one. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Biblical text. Yeah. It's just
Where the
story
motherfucking
algorithm, isn't it?
rainbow at,
But
baby? You
take it
lied to us about the rainbow.
take it literally. Um, well, taking it literally causes all the problems we've got in the world, doesn't it? Taking the
Right.
biblical and the Islam and the Torah and
Yeah.
all those books and
No, man. But we
taking
talking
literal
covenant. But
meaning.
we talking
Mm,
covenant though. Everybody know what a covenant is, right? So a covenant is on some real shit. So
mm-hmm.
when you got a covenant with mankind and then you break that shit, somebody ought to cry out. And that's what I've been
Yeah.
doing. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on? You drown them motherfuckers. Drown them.
Yeah.
Without pity.
Yeah.
Without pity. So yeah, I pull back off your Bible and the love for the God, because you killing motherfuckers straight like that. And then if you want to say it's Mother Nature, she the bitch knocking you off too. So fuck her too. It's Mother Nature. Well, kill that bitch.
I
It's
think they
survival.
manipulate. They're doing a good job of trying to manipulate it anyway and geoengineer our bloody weather. That's been
It's,
going on for some
it's
time.
all about the survival. It's our survival versus theirs.
Yeah.
I'm
Like here,
sorry.
we had tornado warnings here last
Yeah,
night. I didn't see no fucking tornadoes
yeah,
though.
yeah. Exactly. See, and you gotta think about that. If you don't have a science to warn your ass about the tornado, your God gonna wipe your ass out. Think about it. God ain't gonna send you no sign. Hey, I'm about to flood your ass. You may see your dog running if you don't pay attention to nature. But God ain't gonna tell you, hey, I'm about to flood your ass. Like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. He's just gonna send the wind and it's gonna be over with. He gonna turn your car over. He gonna wipe your house out. Why? Because he don't give a fuck. Because if he gave a fuck, he wouldn't even allow that shit to happen. So
Right.
see, we need to wake up on that shit.
Yeah,
Start
there's
drinking that fucking coffee.
too many people giving their power away to an
Yeah,
external
man.
power, and not doing
Yeah.
anything themselves to protect themselves and look after themselves and make sure they
Right.
are happy and healthy.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
problem with
If
people who
if
get
you don't
stuck in
build
that
you a
zone.
shelter, if you don't
Mm,
build you a shelter when that shit comes, you in trouble.
yeah.
People that's underground, they on TV saying, "Well, I thank God, the one that sent the motherfucker to kill you." You out there thanking his ass. Thanks for almost not killing me. I thank God I'm still alive. Well, he tried to kill your ass.
Mm.
You ain't have a bunker. That was your ass. I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
I'm
that's
just
all right,
on
Eric.
that
You go ahead,
sometimes.
man. I'm just listening.
Because I know we got a lot. Because I used to be a Christian philosopher and a Christian Bible reader, but then when your shit
I
don't
got
pan
that.
out to
Yeah.
reality, it's like, bruh, you coming up short in a lot of motherfucking areas.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, you
Yeah. I
coming up
think when you've
short in a
been
lot of areas, bro.
if you've been like in that sort of Christian sort of or that kind of religious environment and it's something that's sort of
Coming up short.
influenced your life a lot over the years and then you suddenly realize it's all a load of baloney or it's not really what it says and you come to your own realizations which is what
Yeah,
really the
Yeah.
true sort of
and it's through
it's all
experience.
about it's you realizing what's really going on and it's
Yeah,
just a big bomb mafioso like you say. I mean the Vatican and that's just one arm of religion, and you've got
yeah.
others.
And you don't even need to go that far. You can just look outside and see how he didn't take care of you. You know what I'm saying? See your car floating down the motherfucking street. You can't go to 7-Eleven and get no hot dogs. You can't go. You can't do shit. Why? Because he sent the fucking flood. Some shit
Yeah.
that he promised not to do. He break more promises than we do.
But he's just testing my faith.
Right.
Mhm.
He's just tested. Yeah, that's what we blame him on because I
He's
don't
just
know. I ain't
testing
gonna.
my faith. God bless him. Look, the Lord been taking care of me my whole life. Look how blessed I am. My family was rich. I was given everything I wanted. So the Lord is real and He must be true. Fuck all those kids in Sierra Leone who prayed for them to stop chopping their hands off to the same God. It wasn't real for them, obviously, but He was here for me. He was just testing their faith.
Right.
Fuck them. Yeah, they must have
Right.
wanted to be there like that. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was their purpose.
Spirits that wanted to experience the worst of everything. That's what it was. Praise
They
be to Him. That makes no fucking sense.
right. Stop the madness.
Yeah.
What's up, Grizzly?
No, not a whole lot.
You hear me in here, God banging,
Yeah.
It's like you
banging
said,
on the God NATO.
you got to help yourself. You can't depend on the religion to save you. God, you save yourself.
Right. You got to build your own bunker when that shit come.
It just reminds me of this one of those old stories, goes to something like that when there was this flood coming, and this lady, she was really, really into the Lord and everything, and the waters were coming up to her porch step, and
Yeah,
a
yeah.
canoe went by and said, "Hey, hop in, man, let's go. Flood's coming." And she said, no, the Lord will provide. And so the flood kept coming and rising, and it was all the way up to the second floor, the ceiling of the first floor. And she's standing out of her window, out next to her window, next to the roof, and another canoe comes by and says, come on in, let's go, there's a flood, man. And she goes, no, the Lord will provide. And so, next thing you know, she's on her roof, the water is up, she's standing on her damn chimney, the water is all the way up by her feet, she's done. Another canoe comes by and says, come on, let's go. And she goes, no, the Lord will provide. Well, that bitch drowned. She's up there at the pearly gates ready to go. She's talking about shit, and then she sees the Lord, and she says, what the hell happened? You were supposed to provide. He said, bitch, I sent you 3 canoes.
Yeah, I've heard this one, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I sent you 3 canoes. But it wasn't just the canoes. It was a warning. Hey, it's about to be a flood. Get the fuck on the boat. It wasn't just a canoe. It was information. So when I send you some, see, that's why we need each other, because we can't depend on that motherfucker on the outside.
Well, it just goes to show you can pray in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up faster.
Oh my God.
No enough, man.
Sorry, I'm just bullshitting, guys.
Come on, man. Where's the God of justice at? The justice seems to be only in our hands, justifying his justice.
That's that
was some shit, wasn't it?
No, that's just a joke.
He leave it up to us to justify his justice. Well, he knocked down my house, took away my car, but I'm still here. Like, he killed my mother, killed my father, but hey, I'm still here. Killed all my children, but hey, I'm still here. Really? You still here, huh?
So what's up, guys?
Say hi to the cat.
Yeah, good, Grim. How are you, man? You all right?
Shit, I'm hanging in there.
Long time no speaky. You all right?
Yeah, dealing with the little people following around me, all around me. My roommate's brother's or half brother's mom went into surgery, and then it was supposed to be like an appendix removal, and they killed her.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
And all the shit, man. These are the people who ignore me when I say, the hospitals ain't really trying to help you out and shit.
Dog, I do know that.
So I can't right now, while that's happening, say, I told you so, but, it's a seed that just got planted, so people will be coming to me later, unfortunately.
Was there complications, was there, and stuff?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then,
it's just like when you get a certain age, that's why they came out with this hospice shit to put your ass down as far as bringing your ass, getting you better and putting you back in society with your family. They put your ass in hospice if you in there crying, because that's what my mother did. She used to make a lot of noise because of pain, so they silenced her, man.
Yeah.
They pretty much silenced her. And motherfuckers be thinking I'm crazy when I say that shit, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, this is what you get when you have state insurance and they go, oh, no, that's okay, because that's covered. We can do that. We're going to do this, and that's covered in your insurance, and we're going to do that. And they're just going to do all kinds of shit now because, it's covered. Don't worry about it. No, man, hell no. Y'all, just because it's covered in surgery and all that doesn't mean you need to do it, all right? The surgeon is like a mechanic. He's always going to tell you need a new engine.
If he's motivated by the money, which they are, aren't they? They're paid for whatever. Like you say, the operations are not cheap. They're very, very expensive.
That's exactly right.
And they're making an awful lot of money out of it, whether the patient recovers or not.
Drugs. Yeah. Believe it or not, folks, this is what you need to learn. Doctors get kickbacks off of prescribing you chemotherapy drugs. Yeah. So it's beneficial for them to tell you have cancer.
Yep.
And it's also they've been caught lying, and there's court shit going on about it right now. more doctors confess to
Right.
falsely diagnosing people for cancer for kickbacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that should. Matter of fact, I seen that recently too, where the doctor has gotten in trouble for misdiagnosing motherfuckers, and it's mostly the women, because guys don't go to the doctor. We gonna find out a little bit later the hard way. But yeah, they misdiagnosing women. You come in, you like 90 years old. Let me check your coochie to see if it's got cancer. Like really, you ain't even using that motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let me check it, grandma. Really?
I got you. I don't need that visual.
So grandma getting a pap smear and shit like that.
We got other
Come on,
kinds of
man.
cancer we could focus on, right?
Yeah,
Not
but I'm just
crazy
saying though.
cancer.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, man. Come on in. You wanting to give 80, 90-year-old women hysterectomies and shit like that because you want to experiment on an old
Hysterectomy.
motherfucker. You want to experiment on an old motherfucker to get him out of here. I'm gonna bring you in to make sure you live another 5 years, but you're gonna have to live with this colon cancer though. And I'll treat you. I'm gonna dig in your ass and
That's
put a
it. You
cannula
got
in your
colon
hand.
cancer. I'm giving you a hysterectomy.
Right.
Oops, I missed. What
I'm
happened?
gonna give you his
All
story on
these
the
holes look the
rectums.
same.
Right.
Like,
I'm gonna give you a history on hysterectomies. From the way that shit is affecting me. I'm about to get this motherfucker. I'm sorry.
thanks for helping me with the humor thing, you know. Hope I don't get caught because people will think I'm laughing about her situation.
Right.
No, they won't. What is he going to do, beat me up? I mean, I'm just kidding.
It's the same way somebody misconstrued what we said about gun laws that time we had a show. And we were saying we'll blow your motherfucking head off if you come through the door. We ain't shooting you in your leg. Remember that? Hey,
You're
man,
right.
man,
Oh, you're
man,
threatening me?
right, right.
So you're threatening me right now? What? Have you ever seen so many people in the world that want to be a victim?
Right.
Just start an argument with anybody out here. They'll just turn into a victim. You can't talk to a lady that way.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know you were a lady. Behind that weird avatar and that funny name and all those cuss words like a sailor and that fucking rugby player vocabulary of yours. So, pardon me, ma'am.
Pardon me, Rigby.
You know, come at somebody talking about, fucking you stink. Oi, oi, oi.
You sound like a
Tell a
man.
lady to punch her in the face and you talked out the way to a lady. Like, bitch, you ain't no lady.
Yeah, somebody
This is
said
you.
in the
You're an
chat,
avatar.
it should be the Chinese way. You pay when you're healthy, not when you're sick. Okay.
Say that again.
You should pay when you're healthy, not when you're sick. Because there's some
True.
places they, give them incentives for keeping their patients healthy.
Well, guess what? If the whole world knew about the nutritional value of food and the medicinal value of food, then there wouldn't be all this misconstruction about construction. See, I'm gonna make a word up right now for you.
Right. Get him.
Misconstruction, you know, because you're strumming on your guitar wrong. Misconstruction.
Right.
That many bad notes wouldn't be played in our reality. We wouldn't have to
Yeah.
even, I'm gonna rely on a doctor to tell me that I didn't eat enough, vegetables. Why? I should know that. This shit's more simple than they made it.
You
So you can say that
yes,
again.
yes, and now all of a sudden you want to drink and eat right. Come on, man. It's gonna take you a long time to get yourself together. Starting off now, so you got to put in a lot of motherfucking work because you're a
Really, it's
toxic
really,
avenger.
that sounds true, but it ain't. It's true with the modern standard model of medicine. It's true. It takes a long time to fix shit. But like with nutrition, it really don't take a long time to fix shit. That's the
Yeah.
funny thing. I mean, within weeks, shit starts getting better.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Well, you
things
got
that
to
go
get the right
wrong.
ingredients. Right.
That's
You got to
exactly right.
detox first. If you ain't
Okay.
even using the right detoxes, and one part of your organs are flushing to another part, and then you just can have some. It can just get fucked up for you. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're right. That's why
It,
it's
it
a good
may
idea to
it
have
may it
little
may not go
catalysts
right.
like cannabis oils and stuff that help fill those receptors, those cannabinoid receptors in your
Right.
endocannabinoid system.
Right.
Yeah, and so
Man, man,
that's important to realize there. That plant is an actual direct buffer. It doesn't need to generate any middlemen to connect with your neuron receptors and shit.
right.
It's
It's
perfectly on
straight
its
and
own
forward to the
without
point.
developing the what do you call those little things in order to connect them, you know.
Yeah.
Why you think they want to control it? Because they know about it. They been knew about it.
Oh hell yeah, I'm telling you, hundreds of years, man. This shit ain't no
Right.
joke. Thousands of years
Right.
actually, in ancient medicine, Indian medicine books and shit.
Mhm. I think they felt sorry for us. They're like, okay, being that we releasing the information, let's go ahead and release the cannabis too and let everybody feel. You know, they on some
Well,
sorrow
you
shit and
really ain't
fucking
releasing
bullshit.
that information. That's every piece that gets it released is forced and carefully worded. So you can see in the tests, in their own government tests, that the THC and well, all the different uh, chemical compounds that the THC, I mean that the plant has, is a lot of them kill the tumors. They kill them. They eradicate the tumors. Now,
Right.
Now you can't call that a cure, but you can call it a cure when chemotherapy does it, but not when marijuana does it without the toxic effects. But with the toxic effects, chemotherapy, you can call that a cure. And it's legally that's bullshit. They're using semantics on a word about legalities, and so a cure for one person may not be a cure for another. That's a given. We can understand that, and that could be the reason why the definition is false. So we can call it a treatment, but it doesn't mean it doesn't cure cancers. So
Right.
just because it's a treatment doesn't mean it doesn't cure cancers. And that's what the point I'm trying to make. So when I say it cures cancers, I don't mean, oh, of course, no matter what, it's going to cure every type of cancer. No, it's just like me saying a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. Now I'm
Right.
being specific. Now it's not my fault that other people can't understand the specifics and they want to argue about it. And you can't blame that on the person that's explaining it to you. You blame the lack of knowledge on yourself. You
True.
have to. I'm really talking to another panel right now because they're not even.
And like you said, diet plays a part in that as well.
Exactly. So if you can't say, oh yeah, I understand. You can't say, oh, my cannabis is gonna cure all the cancer and I can eat any old kind of way I still want to eat and all that kind of shit. No, then you're not. You're actually working against yourself. Then you have a
Exactly.
treatment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're dealing with just a treatment. So that's why I reiterate proper pH, good balance of diet, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever,
And you need
and
some fucking water.
and the right kind of water. True, all healthy stuff and the right food and water, of course, and then cannabis oils
Even though you
as the
bathing,
catalyst.
even though you bathing and washing and that shit on the outside, you still can get you some better water to put on your inside.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're
Yeah.
gonna end up absorbing a lot of
So,
that bullshit osmosis through the osmosis of your skin,
right.
and but and we're talking about tap water, folks out there. It's
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it don't have to be
500
direct.
chemicals pumped in it and all that shit.
Right.
It's not just the fluorine. I mean, people are, oh yeah, the fluoride in the water is bad, da 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 da. Yeah, it is, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of other
Right.
chemicals in that water too that are
Most like
bad.
where I live, where they do the
Wow.
chemtrails and shit, that shit seeps down into the water table as well. So
To your reservoirs and shit like
yeah.
that. So I'm thinking like, well, somebody had said something on a program I was watching earlier. Yeah, I think it was Red or Blue Pill. I think it was Blue Pill that said, if you got a filtrated system inside your house with your showers and shit like that, he said, yeah, you should have a line out front letting motherfuckers come in and get that filtrated bath or shower. We not really. I'm gonna go ahead and take it from here, but we're not really into sharing every fucking thing. It's like the 10 foolish virgins or the 10 selfish ass virgins or 5 virgins that said, hey, you ain't got no oil and you can't use none of mine. So
Yeah.
I got the clean filtered water, but you got to go and buy a filter from somewhere else. I ain't gonna let you use my filter shower. We yeah. I mean, we're shared, but we have limits. We have limits. We have limits. You got to go and get your own filter phone, homie. you, you know, the
I hear you.
5. Yeah. So we know, but I don't think we really know. The effects that we can really change the community. You can really change your household, and then you can begin to change your community just off of these ideas. And reinvesting in self and in family. The self security of oneself, of one's thinking, of one's body. The protection of one's energy.
Yep.
We all know that our body is the real currencies. We know that already, but are we really willing to take care of the real money, and how are we spending it? How are we investing in it? What are we putting inside our bodies, inside our banks? You know, are we really taking Mr. Grimm's information serious or not? Let's just put it out there and be frank. You know, or is it just something to argue about? Are we taking anybody's information for real, or is it just something to disagree or to agree about? Are we using this shit? Are we applying this shit? Is there some apps that lie in this shit? Apply apps that lie. What are we doing with it?
Hmm.
You know, how much money am I still giving to Burger King? That's what I gotta ask myself.
I don't give them none. I still go to Burger Kill. So yeah. So it'll be my own death and demise. Yep.
That's it.
And then there,
That's it.
you have over the holidays, the legislation passed where they ain't got to label what country our meat comes from.
Really?
Yep. They've been working on that. They've been working on that for years now. And
Yeah.
they did that old trick where they did with the TPP, where they bring it up, oh, Congress shut it down, don't worry.
Yeah.
They shut it down by such a margin that you figure they'll never open that back up. And then they open it again, and then Congress shut that down, don't worry, but, by less this time. And then they just keep on, but eventually you're just going to accept the inevitability of, well, it looks like Congress might not accept it next time. And so now we're almost ready to accept it through the process of a default democracy. And so psychologically, we're whooped. They're whooping us psychologically. Instead of just bringing it out and saying, oh, look, it passed, they would know that it would be too much of a shock on our system. We'd be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? So they keep on weaning it in. And finally, look, now it's passed. There's nothing we're doing about it. Like a bunch of little sissy bitches, we're just going to sit here.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
Oh yeah, you said it. And you know what, Grim? I remember what you said a long time ago, but first I didn't get that shit. First I thought it was some food stamp, white cracker, racist ass shit. But brother, you was right when you said that the food stamp program is not meant to buy real foods. But you know what? They just opened that fucking door, Holmes. They say now you can take your food stamps and go online and get the real foods that your ass need. And I was like, Grim has said this shit. See, this is what I'm saying. When people say stuff, you always want to think, oh, it's this, that, and the third. Like, nah, bro, you were telling the truth.
Y'all forget, I was
here
on
it
food
is.
stamps. Y'all forget, I wasn't one of them rich ones, so I know what food I'm allowed to buy with food stamps and what food I'm not allowed to buy with food stamps. I've been knowing for fucking 3 decades. You know what I mean?
Here at Christmas, they wouldn't let you buy the Christmas candy with your food stamps.
That's why I can't get along with my family, because I start telling them shit about, the welfare system and how blah, blah, blah. And they're like, man, fuck you. We are receiving it. We are taking it. That government owes us and shit. It's like, man, you're doing it to yourself and to us and everything. You don't realize. I mean, damn. My aunt went going to nursing school for like 10 years just to fuck the system. Like, come on, man. Y'all, seriously? Just because Then she goes to get a drug charge after she gets her damn RN and then blows it forever and can't work anyway. So all that schooling for nothing. The state paid for it, and all these women's organizations and shit. You know, they got women's organizations that'll pay for just women to go to college and shit. But what about the men, right? They don't. It's about you can't open up and say, here's a men's organization for men to go to college. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying it's not that you want to, but I'm saying it's like us. Well, how come you can do it if I can't? There's a percentage of the people out there that would think that way of separatism and da 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 da. You know, I want to do that. You know, and it's just another way of creating another separate separatism type divide. You say you want to be equal, but then you want an organization that says women's abuse. Let's just say because we all know 1 in 3 women will see violence in their lifetimes. Well, 1 in 1 men see violence 5 times at least in their lifetime. Where's the men abuse center?
Right.
Where's the men's violence center? That's all I'm saying. It's not that we need one. It's just that it's the whole thing. It perpetuates the idea that the average man is going to just beat his wife.
Right.
So every cop thinks that the man's probably guilty when he comes to the door. It's not. It's a setup. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
You have a crazy bitch wife screaming and yelling in the house, going nuts, and the cops will come in and arrest the man like a motherfucker. Trust me, I already know. I've been there.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I've seen it happen myself.
Like,
yeah.
hey, hold up, man. Now you see the scratches on my face. This is me trying to escape a crazy woman. This ain't me fighting with her. Come on now.
These defense
She weighs
women.
90 pounds. I'm fighting with her. Get out the fuck out of here. I'm not fighting with no 90-pound sack of beans. Come on.
These
I'll break her in half. I wouldn't even do that.
Yeah, man, the same way they do statistics on 1 out of 3 black men that go to jail at least one time in their life. It's just like, who's doing these fucking surveys, Steve Harvey?
Yeah, but it depends on where you live, because 1 out of 3 white men go into jail more than that. Shit. I was raised in there.
Right. If you go to prison, you see everybody in that bitch. When I say everybody, I mean everybody.
That's true. That's the truth.
Everybody. Yeah, everybody.
But we do see a lot of blacks in prison, in jail. The majority. I'm gonna tell you, I've been there a lot of times. I know.
I seen an article yesterday that said these private prisons are thinking about suing because they don't have enough prisons for their their quota up or whatever for their workforce. So
you gotta think about it, baby. You're dealing with number ones. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. That shit hit me today like, oh no, I can't believe it. Yeah, because see, code number 1 is for black man, right? Code number 2 is for white man. So whenever they say the code 1, we got a number 1 with a gun or a number 1 with a knife, they don't mean a number 1 from McDonald's. That ain't what the fuck they talking about.
They're not talking about the Big Mac meal?
No, they're not talking about the meal.
Fuckers.
So you have a population, you have overpopulations of number 1s in jail, period. It's overpopulated with number 1s. And Obama try to come out there and act like he's freeing the ones. You ain't freeing the ones. There's too many of them to free.
Come on, are you kidding? Obama jailed more of the ones than even Bush did.
And Clinton.
You gotta be joking me. Obama put more ones in jail than Bush did. With these fucked up pretend drug laws, pretending like, oh, we can legalize marijuana, but then send the feds in to fucking arrest everybody over it.
Yeah, they got
you know how many victimless crimes they made out of that?
Yeah.
People,
soon as you buy your weed, you smoke your weed, and I pull you over for driving under the influence.
You can't say that's entrapment. You can't say that's entrapment. Legally, if you had a good lawyer, you could say, hey, look, that's the state government and the federal government working together, pretending that they're not working together so they can entrap us. They basically gave us the drugs and arrested us for having them. That's fucked up shit right there.
Right. How you got a checkpoint in Colorado? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? But I saw that
exactly. What, you looking for Mexicans in my motherfucking Pinto? Get out of here.
The fuck?
Where are you gonna find them? Under my seat? Are you joking? Is it more likely that you're gonna find a roach or a marijuana seed under my seat than a Mexican? So why the fuck are you under my seat? You say you're looking for a Mexican. There ain't no room for a Mexican under there. What are you looking for? You got to be
Right.
direct. You gotta tell me what you're looking for. That's what search and seizure is all about, motherfucker. You can't say, "Oh, I'm just looking for any old thing in here." If you say, "Hey, I'm looking for a Mexican," that's what you were looking for. You weren't looking for
Right.
drugs. You weren't looking for
Right.
any other thing. Now you guys get free roam to say, "Oh, I'm just looking for anything now." That's not how you got a warrant. Remember when
Right.
you had to go into somebody's house? What if I live in my car? You didn't ask me, "Do you live in my car?" This is my house. You know what I mean? They don't
Right.
do shit right in this world right now because we don't make them.
We don't make them right.
We
We
don't
we
make
just we just we just say we understand, meaning to stand under, and
knowing
that's
damn well we
wax.
should have never said that. You
Right.
got you.
Right. You understand? Oh, I just fucked up.
No. Do you comprehend?
You just fucked up. Right.
I comprehend what it is you're trying to do, sir.
Right.
Oh, now that's a different statement.
I comprehend you violating my motherfucking Fourth Amendment. That's what I comprehend.
That's right. No unwarranted telephone calls are submissible in court.
Right. I tell you what, I also comprehend that your warrant ain't signed by the commissioner or a judge. I comprehend that. That I do comprehend that it's fraud being done in this fucking illegal situation. I comprehend that.
Oh, well,
Oh,
they got computer signing now, so they don't need all that. They'll
oh,
just
really?
fucking
Yeah,
email the judge, and the judge emails a
yeah.
stamp back, and that's
No,
a certificate of signature now.
right. You're dealing with certificates, so that means you're dealing with a contract based upon these two people, and you don't even know the full disclosure of the contract. You don't even have full disclosure because it's a certificate.
Well, there's 6 million laws on the books, and ignorance is no excuse to the law. So you need to learn them all.
Right.
That's fucked up, bro. I'm not learning them all. No, it's not. Yeah, get out of here. I'm just gonna start. I just don't recognize them. You bring something up to me like, "Oh man, that's illegal." I mean, no, it ain't. Because this is my reality. Fuck that, man. It's not illegal to smoke a joint. I'm sorry. It's not. I mean, you can say it is, and we can
Right.
pretend all day that, but shit. We shouldn't have mixed legals and morals up. Like, it shouldn't have been. If it's against the moralities, then yeah, but
Come on, man. Your
what morality?
forefathers had hemp plantations, man. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, and then they built their wealth off of it, and then took it from you, so you couldn't.
So now
And
you
then they
can't
gave you
be
that
woke.
other option since they controlled both options at that point.
Right.
Which one do they want to give you?
Right.
Whichever one.
Whichever one.
Well, the one that's gonna make it the hardest on you. If you gave us the marijuana and shit, or what their government name for cannabis, if they would have gave us that, there wouldn't have been need for all this other shit. That's for damn sure. They couldn't have even, of course, they couldn't have even attempted that other shit on us. Oh, well, try this aspirin instead. Why? That shit killed motherfuckers next door to me. So this marijuana thing, this does just the same thing, even better, and doesn't kill anybody. Even aspirin will kill you. So,
Man.
start replacing even aspirin now. You done flip the script on everything. That's a big one.
Hey, and you know what I noticed too? Because somebody did a little sorry for cutting you off, big brother, but somebody had did a video or a clipping that I watched earlier of the boots, right? So I'm watching the War on Terror now on CNN, right? And they show clips of ISIS, but they got on the same motherfucking Timberland ass boots that our military wear. So I'm just like, okay, if this is a fucking boots on the ground nation, hey, it's y'all under the mask. It's just us because it's our boots. You pretty much gave yourself away. You wearing military style boots. You wearing the boots. You wearing American boots, bruh. God damn. We can't see that. I don't know what's wrong with it. We thinking that it's ISIS. Like, nope, it's just us on. It's USA. That's what I mean by us. It's us.
It's no, Eric. Let me stop you right there. There is no when we're doing an explanation about one of those really technical type issues where who's ISIS and what's what and all that, and then we start saying the in-game US. There is no U.S., so it's no end game at the U.S. That's what we got to make sure we get people to understand. We're dealing with Great Britain here. I mean,
Go,
basically, we're
bro.
still under the same. Yeah, even though
Yeah,
the old
go. It's cool. Yeah.
Articles of Confederation were this and that and blah blah blah. No, because there's revisions that take our uh, what we understand as IRS and a tax, and they actually show us that it's really a direct payment to the 21 loans taken out from the Revolutionary War from King George, and that we're only
Getting them.
paying on the interest of those loans. We haven't even touched the primary of those loans. We haven't touched any of that. It's just the interest we're still paying on. So we're still literally just trying to cover and pay on a debt, which we can never pay back, of course, because you'd have to borrow that money, because you have to borrow from the place that actually prints money, and you don't have other money to pay back the interest without borrowing it. So you can never pay it back. You always have to borrow more interest to pay back more interest, and you always end up with them gaining lead on us. So we never get closer. We always get further. It's a trick. And if anybody could ever just fucking see that, we could stop. It could stop now. I'm fucking sick of this shit. It's too stupid. It really is. Look, take it like this. There's Peter and a guy named Peter and a guy named John. John makes all the money in the world, okay? Peter says, listen, I need to borrow $10 from you, and I'll give you $2 interest every year. And John says, fine, Peter, loans you the $10, and now you pay back that $10, okay? And now Peter says, well, you still owe me the interest. And so you have to say, well, can I borrow $2 to pay you back that interest? So you have to borrow back the $2 at another $2 interest. You never can pay it back. You see?
Damn.
You have to borrow it from him again just to pay it back. There's no way to do it. You can't print your own. That's why you can't print your own money.
Damn.
That's the trick. And if you saw how simple that was, if you could just break it down to people like that, you can see that you're in a trap, you're in a game. The forefathers set that game up, and you think you're awesome because of it. Well, we're not awesome.
Bro, you built on that, bro. You see that's how you build on one person's thought. You pretty much crushed it, but yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, thanks for that, brother. But yeah, that's what you call building with each other. I like that.
So there's no U.S. and
Right.
if you don't realize that monetary system is set up like that, then you know that all the system is set up that. You can understand that it's all set up like that, where there's an illusionary win going on, but a behind-the-scenes loss every time. An illusionary win and a behind-the-scenes loss, and we lose big time every fucking time. You're running around proud, wanting to be a constitutor, one who by simple agreement owes the debt of another. I mean, that's nothing to be proud of. You're pointing to debt.
Right.
Black's Law edition.
Right. Oh, so that's what they meant, right? When they were saying you born into sin, you really was born into a financial debt, physical
Well, yeah,
debt.
like I said,
That's what
that
they
Bible
mean,
and
the
that
physical,
religion,
right?
it's all preconditioning
It's
for the
all
system that you're
preconditioning
about
for the
to be
system, right?
grown into.
You come here
Exactly.
all fucked up, owing God, in trouble with God, and God is on the back of the dollar bill to let you know you're in trouble with the debt.
Well, it's like boot camp. You get told by your sergeant that you're a maggot and you're nothing and blah, blah, blah until you
Right.
literally are ready to accept everything he says to make yourself feel better. That's exactly what it is. And you're a sinner, you're a loser. It takes this other guy to come and fucking make
Fix
you
it.
better, and now you owe him.
Right. Now you owe him, right? Exactly. You owe his ass.
And no, lo and behold, all the lessons that you're learning in the book somehow coincide with exactly how the slave masters want you to behave. I wonder why that is. Give what is Caesar's to Caesar. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Give what is Caesar's to Caesar. What is Caesar's?
Right. What belongs to him?
Oh, the fact that he's trying to say that he is another son of the god, so that he is like entitled by sonhood or airship or whatever you call it,
Give him his
entitled
rights.
to this lands, all this stuff that we understood that God owns and his son owns when he's not around. His son owns it, and then when his son's not around, the Pope owns it. You know what I mean? Nobody owns this. Get the fuck out of here trying to claim shit, y'all, with y'all's bullshit ass religions. Get the fuck up out of my face. Stop fucking hampering people and stopping everything from fucking flowing, man. That's all they do.
And telling us not to seek wealth.
good, and this is
Yeah,
good, and this is
yeah,
good. Meanwhile, fucking, they walk out with gold fucking lavishings and all
right,
shit all over them, and then
exactly.
step over the little fucking poor kids who are starving to death right out the doorstep of the place. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Jesus tell you, hey, the poor you're gonna have with you always. Don't even worry about that shit. You're gonna always have to deal with.
Yeah, there's a strange sickness involved with a person who wants to be super rich and then walk outside in front of a bunch of poor people with it on. That's a
Right.
strange sickness. That's a thing. Like you're hurting those people even more. Does that make you feel good? They could look at you and think, damn, he has everything he needs to survive. He's got more than everything. He could help us out and he does nothing. That makes a person feel even more fucking hopeless.
Yeah.
They'll come out there and make us feel that hopeless. Like, fuck. How come you got all this shit and we're sitting here like nothing? Like nothing.
They tell you money is the root of all evil, so you'll never get you never get your finances together. They tell you that shit is evil. You stay away from that. You stay away from
It's weird
creating
how
currency for yourself.
it's weird how that joke, money is the root of all evil, and then that it's like they get to laugh at us because they get to say that we're the evil and that we're rooted to money. So that's ha 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 to us, you know, because we're stupid enough to want it, want it, want it.
Yep.
All they did was
But the
provide our
church
stupid.
collected. But the church
Yeah, all they
collected
did
more
was
money
provide
than
the mirror
anybody, right?
for our vain motherfucking asses. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Provide the mirror for us to just stare in and be all vain and fuck ourselves off for the rest of our lives with.
Yeah. You got to think about what the apostles did right after they come from out of the upper room, right? They made everybody sell all that shit. Since this is that dichotomy of the shit, they made everybody sell all of that shit, and they laid it all at the apostles' feet, and the apostles distribute that shit back out. So we've been looking for a redistribution, but we're not getting it from an apostleship, from no other ships, from no relationships,
That was always
from
a
no
trick.
courtships.
Yeah, you're right. That was
That shit
always a
ain't coming
trap.
back
That's
out.
just
Right.
that's exactly the conditioning I was just talking about to prepare you for government. That apostle taking everything and then spreading it back out and doing all this with it, as if we didn't already do that before the Bible was ever invented.
Right.
Tribes do that all the time. We got the men will go out and hunt and come back and feed all the women and children and shit.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
But
Right.
it's not.
That's natural
Right.
shit.
That's why we could understand that on that level. See, what they did was they brought us away from those normal things. It takes generations to do, but they bring us away from that normal behavior by putting us in those big cities and shit. That's what it was. It's always been that way. And they allow all this like literally, like if you just had a regular village of 100 people, you're not gonna have a bar full of all those people at night. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Well,
Yeah.
back in the old days, though, they made sure that that was the thing. People could go and just waste their damn life at the bar and shit. There was always a ale going on and all that kind of shit, as the go-to thing. Now you got to understand that these drugs and alcohol and all this type of shit, it was well known that it was easily abused and the people were manipulated easily after, they were all fucked up on something or addicted to something. It was well known. That's why you had snake oil salesmen coming slapping it in there, because they have already tested those practices out in India for millennia, and it can come over here to the Americas and start, it's like nobody's ever seen this before. Got a bunch of new generation people here, born here,
Yeah.
didn't see all that shit, don't know about it all, don't have culture like that from the past. You know what I mean?
And call that
You
shit
don't have
the
those
elixir.
2,000-year-old buildings around you. There's places in Europe you could just go outside and look at a building that's older than the U.S. or than the corporation, the 1776 U.S. And
Yeah.
that's crazy because that helps you understand that we're very new here in this land.
Say
Only
St.
200
Louis.
years? You mean for millions of years there have been no humans on this land other than a couple Indians? No, it's a lie, folks. There was
Really?
blacks here, there was Egyptians and Chinese, all kind of different people were already here.
Right. All of the
All
stories
kind.
are lies.
Oh yeah.
All
We
of
got
that shit
pyramids
is
here.
lies.
We got megalithic structures here that match ones in Africa even. We got the
Yep.
same architects doing shit back and forth, folks. Mexico, fucking everywhere.
It's
I'm just gonna
pyramids
start going
everywhere,
off.
man.
Like in
Right.
other ones in China, they covered them up with
It's,
dirt.
it's like they just found
Hundreds of them.
a 65 million old pyramid in Crimea, Romania, right?
Yeah, Temple of the
So
Sun.
So the Almond Raw Squad brothers, they was like, well, because they believe in Kemet or Africa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Africa would have the
They think
oldest
Egypt was the start
bones
of
of
it
people,
all.
right?
Yeah.
So he was like, "Ain't no motherfucking way you gonna tell me that that the oldest civilization is in Romania." It's just like it's not even about the oldest civilization. It's just somebody that found out there's a 65 million year old pyramid in Crimea, and that don't mean that you're gonna find bones there. Just because you find a pyramid there, that don't mean that there's bones there.
Oh, I wouldn't even worry about all that, man. It,
You know, if they
it
find
does
a
mean
bone
that.
there,
Yeah, it
you
does mean that. If a pyramid's there, humans built it. Yeah, that's
right,
just the way
right,
life is,
right,
man.
right. But if you ain't gonna find no bones there, you can't dispute the pyramid. Right? Suppose he said I'd have found 65 million year old bones there, and then you'd been like, hell no, because you always want to be indigenous to Africa or Egypt. You don't want to think that it was another civilization of people anywhere else but that when you stand for this when you in this one fucking box or
I
square.
understand. That's what I'm saying. The kids are biased. They only have one story in their head. They're not open to any new information. It's cognitive dissonance at its best. So they're not going to accept any new information. They're not going to be able to see it. Not,
Right.
there's
And they
too
beat
much
up on their
racial
own.
involvement. There's
Yeah,
too much emotional stride for their position. It's
they beat up on their own
fuck that
kind.
whitey. Yeah, I've
They
heard
beat,
them. I've listened to them. They
they
don't
beat up
like
on.
white. They don't listen to me. They won't take anything I say over there. Like, I've tried multiple times. I know what you're talking about. Who you're talking about.
Mm.
I'm just fuck. I'm hated whitey. You know what I mean? Fuck. They just look at my avatar and I got no words to say. All of a sudden, I'm
Right.
stupid as fuck. And I just look right at him and think, this is what's happening. You've been defeated. This is exactly what the goal was, for you to think that
Yeah.
races are different. How come I can go and have sex with your sister then, and we can have a baby if we're not the same race?
Mm-hmm.
We might be different breeds of the same race, but we're the same race, you dumb motherfucker. I'm a human and you're a human. It's called the human race. All right?
you know.
That when
Yeah.
you started separating race into colors, that was a trick. That was never a race, just a breed.
Yeah.
Just a breed, folks.
And
We're
not,
all dogs together. Not one of us is a dog and one of us is a cat. Then we wouldn't be able to breed, would we?
Okay.
Think about it. It's that fucking simple.
Mm.
We're the same
yeah.
race.
Man.
Now, that Bible split us up. Cain and Abel
Right.
shit. Get the fuck
Right.
out of here with
The
that Cain and
cable.
Abel
The
bullshit.
cable.
Not one of us is a goddamn human and the other one is a dog. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
The
But
same race,
but
just different breed.
you
There's
know.
different breeds of white folks. Like there's big giant fat white folks and there's little skinny athletic white folks and there's you know what I mean? And they're just
Yeah.
breeds of
Yeah.
white folks. It's like Great Danes and Greyhounds and Saint Bernards and fucking poodles. It's just a different breed, you know. That's
Yeah.
all it
All
is.
black people not the same. It's different breed, right?
No.
And these
You know
people that I'm talking about, they know that. And it's like the Hebrew Israelites are bang on the Almond Raw squad, and tell you that, hey, I don't fuck with you because you're not an Israelite, So
Yeah,
it's
and they're hypocritical because they're doing the same thing the other one is doing. Mine's better. No, mine's better. It's like saying,
right, right,
fuck white supremacy. Black supremacy is the way to go. It's like, what?
right. It's just that's better.
Yeah.
Right. That's why me myself, I have to always remain me because I had to really dig down on myself early and be like, Eric, do not allow all of these other people's ideas redefine who you were supposed to be before you got on here, because you can get on this bitch and get lost.
Mm.
Seriously, you can get on here and get lost in the information, and you'd be like Dorothy with your fucking 3 clicks wishing your ass was fucking home,
That's like I said.
because you'll get on here trying to find a home.
There's a lot of info there too, so people need to know how to
Right.
look through that bullshit. You can't believe everything you read.
Yeah. If you don't know
Yeah,
you
you gotta
home, you will look for a home.
research.
Because the Moors are grabbing you. Like everybody's reaching out, grabbing you, right? The Moors, they want you. The Hebrew Israelites, they want you. The Armed Squad, they want you. Pseudoscience, they want you. Everybody's pulling at your black nature or your meta nectar. You know, releasing all this
Yeah.
new
You're
information of
making nature.
attraction. telling you that white people only got 2 strands of DNA when black people got 12 strands. Just making you seem like you more of a close to a deity than they are, as opposed to the human race. It's just like, I can't get pulled on all them dichotomies. It's just like, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna be Earth, zip with the truth of life, and that's good enough for me. And if y'all don't like it, because they may bang on me, it may be like, all them white people you got with you. How dare you come in our community and try to even fit? But then on the other hand, when you're talking economics, it's all about venturing out into investments with other people and other races.
Mm.
You want Black Wall Street, but black people ain't supporting you. So it's like, yeah, you can't just tell a soccer mom she can't play soccer anywhere. The kid can't play soccer anywhere. I
See,
mean,
in my book, man, there's no. When you fill out an application, you don't need to say if you're white or black or what ethnicity you are. In my
right.
world, you know what I'm trying to
NA,
say?
right.
Like, I don't
We
need
Yeah.
that.
we start putting NA on that bitch. We start filling
Yeah,
out everything.
and because it's weird to. Why would that be anything? Like, why would
Yeah,
that be a part of the questionnaire? Why?
right.
It makes no sense.
What
That's
does that
part
got to
of.
do with it?
But we're so used to it, though. Classifying ourselves, identifying ours. They teach you to identify yourself with a race, and
Yep.
it's not a race. There's no human box to check.
Right.
It's just Caucasian, African, black. It's like,
Right,
really.
right. And then you gotta look at how they fuck with the boxes, right? The black people box have been changing all the time. That's how they fuck with black people, right? We've been colored, black, African. Now we African American, and the white box have always been the same, right? No. then
Caucasian.
then they got an
I don't
Asian,
know.
then they got an Asian and a gay box. Then they got a gender box for your ass to check. Are you transgender now? They just been by.
I'm ready to give up on that shit.
Man.
They wonder
Then they
why I
got
don't
that.
fill out job applications. I just
Right.
can't handle the mental stress of answering those questions.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man.
That's what it is.
It's just like. Oh, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I said that's what it is. Wink, wink.
Oh.
Mental stress. I don't want to see those questions. It's not that I don't want to get a job.
You know. What does my email address gotta do with the fucking job, right? Why you want my email address?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you
Why
want?
the white and black questions? That's what I was getting
Yeah,
at.
exactly. It's just getting out of hand, and we falling for it, line and sink.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Because ultimately they want you to view the European as the ultimate enemy. Like nobody else has tried to conquer the black nation. You're only supposed to be mad at the European.
It's like, with the Jews, they've set up to be,
That's just too much.
everybody blame them for everything, when it's the Zionists.
No,
They're not just Jewish, they're Christian, Muslim, you name it. They're
It's not just
everywhere.
Zionists. It's not just Zionists. That's that trick, man.
Yeah.
But you're right.
build on it, Glenn. Build on them.
Zionists is a good target because all the Zionists are fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But then you got to realize that Zionists they need two sides of that game. They can't just play the world game with just the Zionists. They need to also have the opposition to Zion as in under their control. So Zion, when we mention Zionists, we're getting a hard target, but we're only naming off half of the assailants. Half of the party. That's only half. There's another 50% after the Zionists. See, and it's not that they want. See, here's the thing: a Zionist, a real definition for it would be someone who would eradicate and not allow the state of Palestine, and you know what I mean, and have Israel remaining the state, right? I mean, just for that part of it, that's a main attribute of creating the state of Israel and blah blah blah, Zionist.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that perpetuating, they could have easily went in there and just wiped them out by now real quick and more humanely than this. I mean, if they were going to be evil fucking scumbags and they were just doing it just to take the land, they would have been done it already. But no, it's a game and a show to
Oh, yeah.
see, for us to see them abusing those people. See, this is on purpose, folks.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
supposed to see this long, drawn out decades of abuse so that we all finally emotionally, even though we're not Zionists. We want Palestine to be a free country, right, on its own, a free state of its own. But see, we being that way also now are a part of that problem, because now we have built that other side of that army. Now the leaders are going to, we might agree that Palestine should be a state, but see, the leaders of what the people who are going to be put, because we're not going to be able to just say, all right, so this is what's going to happen. There's going to be somebody put in place, like there already is, who's going to be, speaking for us. Well, of course, this shit ain't going to go right, and we're going to end up with this big war. And so we'll all be on board, because we didn't want Israel doing that to them, and we think the Zionists are fucking scumbags. Now, we've been tricked into being a part of the end war to end all wars. We've been tricked
Yeah.
into being a part of it, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my whole point. We have to stop it before it grows into that, because now it's already into that. We should have stopped it a long time ago. You should have just shut them down. But the only real way to do that is to realize that 1776 was a hoax. The U.S. has nothing to do with Israel and them. Not for us, not the people, not us, not the real ones. All of our money and legislation and all that shit goes in different places than what we suspect it to do, so that we can know that we really need to have a real declaration of independence for once, and free our country from those reigns. We don't need Rothschilds, Rockefellers, those banks. We don't need those oil problems. Oil's abiotic, so we don't have problems. We don't need to import oil anymore. We have enough oil, folks. We can export oil anyway, and not that it would matter. I mean, once we get the word out that oil's so damn cheap, we're not going to try to hustle people. I'm not going to be as bad as them and try to tell people oil's worth more than it is when we know it ain't. But that's the point. That'll self-empower everyone, like without the need for outside, so when they can't say, oh, well, I'm just going to sanction that country so they can't have their own oil. Well, actually they can. That's the fucking trick. If the leaders know oil is abiotic, but they're going to allow the whole country to think that they're under sanctions, that they can't get oil, and so that people can die in the winters and shit, and they get another percentage of their people killed, the sick and ill die off. The ones that they would have to fund and pay for their medications or whatever in the long run anyway, yeah, those will die off when they do those hardships like that. So now you got a bunch of healthy people left, and they're easier to fucking maintain. That's what's going on, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's part of what's going on, But yes, sorry I'm rambling like that.
No, that's building, bro. You got to build them fucking blocks. It's Tetris. You got to destroy some shit to build some shit. But what's crazy is that it says Missouri flooding prompts evacuations, right? All right. Now you got McDonald's underwater. They just keep showing you McDonald's restaurant underwater. For some reason, they just keep fucking flashing McDonald's being underwater. Yeah, you underwater in your sales, you underwater in a whole lot of shit. Now you are physically underwater. So it's like, what do we do now? So Missouri been in trouble since Ferguson, Missouri, right? Now you're underwater in Missouri. So Missouri or misery been happening down that part of town for a minute, and now it's at its greatest lake. They got the 66 gas station. McDonald's is 13 when you turn the shape upside down. So you're doing symbolism on television, off of people's tragedy. And shit like that, you selling shit off of people's tragedy. People homes are underwater, and you selling McDonald's and Route 66 gas station and shit like that. See, and you got to think about how many black people really live in Union, Missouri. Probably not many. So yeah, you shitting on your own people. You shitting on the white people that's living down inside there. Like, yeah, so they don't give a fuck about none of us. So as a black man, to think that they're only picking on me, that's preposterous. They
Thank
fucking
you,
with
man.
everybody.
Exactly right,
They
Eric.
fucking with everybody.
Well, firsthand, it belittles my plight firsthand. When you know, that's why people that know me, they will never say that, you know, oh, it's only the black people that they go after. Because they'd be like, oh, hold up, my homie Vance has been in jail even more times than me, or you. And usually it was just for standing right next to me or you. So,
Right.
yeah, so, I mean, literally
You get my
defending people, and yeah, I get thrown in jail for just about anything being white in a black neighborhood. Don't even play, man. Don't pretend like
Right.
it's just
You
the blacks. They
can't.
go
You
after me
can't.
just to make an excuse. So they'll be like trying to make it look like the only reason they're arresting me is because I'm with these guys. So maybe teach
Yep.
me a lesson not to hang around with these guys and just arrest me and leave them there. I'll come right back. Hey, they got me, y'all, but you know, I'm back. They tried to tell me not to hang out with y'all, but you know, how the fuck am I ever gonna get a game of basketball going if I'm not playing with the people that live next to me? You know?
Right.
yeah.
How the fuck can I do anything? Do they realize I live right upstairs? I mean, what the fuck, you know?
What did they think was going to
I'm not allowed
happen
to
when
come
they came
outside or
together?
something because it's black people. Ooh, Milwaukee.
See, they erased our history of formerly being together.
Yes,
So
they
now
did.
that we together now, we act like we don't know how to act. Like this is something strange. It's a strange vibration. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
strange
No,
feeling. But
hey,
no,
look, I'm going to tell you how strange it
they
was. I could
pushing the
see it on their
strange.
faces.
It ain't
Like,
strange.
I'm like I'm mostly like raised in College Park and like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Dade, Broward, Brevard counties, you know, real predominantly black neighborhoods and shit, just, you know, regular ass neighborhoods to me at the time. So I moved up to like it wasn't Milwaukee yet, it was Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Crazy white people, and there was like you know, 7 or 8 blacks in the whole school of like 900 people or something, right? And
Mm.
they literally all hung together and I literally hung with them. Right? Because, well, I knew that it was just like, you know, I felt weird that so many people were not, you know, and it was like I almost was drawn straight to them, like intentionally, like it was kind of weird because you know where I'm from. So
Right.
basically, I want to see, oh, you know, are these the same kind of blacks as the blacks that I know, you know, or I'm from, or, you know, all that type of shit. And they're not. They were scared of me. They were different, you know. They were like beat down by the white community, like
Mm.
scared of shit, not afraid to speak out and do shit. It was way different. So, but when they started getting older, you know, they realized, you know, a little different. Now it's other people could be more scared of them and shit, and then they overdo it and shit in some cases. And I know firsthand. You know, I got friends telling me what the fuck they're doing. Well, if you see a motherfucker act scared of you, then why not? You know. But still, and that's all about that. Like I'm trying to say, you know, they try and make sure that we see each other as so different and unknown, and we're all afraid of the unknown. So there's a tinge of fear on both sides from each other. That's
Right.
what I was trying to get at. You
They've
know,
been doing psych tests on us for a minute, man. You
that's what
know.
it is. And I
I
learned that
remember.
real quick as a kid, just coming from one neighborhood to the next. You know what I mean? And seeing the way that people treat and act different, and how
Yeah.
they, you know, don't get along and can't get along. Like will never get along when a certain amount of weight is on each side. It's like, wow, man, y'all can't break this weight. Which one of y'all pussies is scared to cross the line? I mean, shit. All
Yeah.
right, you're a nigger and you're a honky. Now can we play the fucking game together?
Right. Can we move on?
Or is
Right.
that gonna really bother me and you forever? Come on, man.
Man, come on, man. Because all right, Red Pill said today, or it might have been Blue Pill.
Cracker, whatever.
Even one of these pillows, they said today, okay, if Professor Griff and a Public Enemy, and you know how hardcore that rap was, and it was Black Power, fight the power that be. But if they booked in Oregon, right? If they booked in Oregon,
Mhm.
you gonna tell me they're not gonna rap in Oregon? And you were wondering why is all of the white people from Oregon filling up the fucking stadium to see Public Enemy come on stage just to talk about Black Power, right?
Yeah.
Because people don't really give a fuck about that bullshit
No,
inside, inside,
Mm.
we just want to support
inside.
somebody who's trying to
Yeah,
artistically express
exactly.
themselves
So
and shit.
so
Yeah.
so are you going as a black man? Are you going to say, well, Griff, you done sold out because you are doing a show in front of all white people? You know what I'm saying? Griff, you shouldn't be getting that white money. Like, come on,
They
man.
did
See,
say that.
see.
They did say that to him, though. You know,
You
he
shouldn't
did
be
have
getting
that.
that white money. Come on, man. Money is green. That shit ain't white or black. That shit is that shit green, man. Come on. They teach us not to be wealthy or to be afraid of wealth, right? Come on. All of us should be getting our wealth up.
Originally, most of that rap was designed to capture the minds of the youth, the white youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it. It wasn't like Ice Cube was up there saying, do that shit to the black community. He was telling white folks to hit that crack.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and the blacks knew it. They were ready to go buy some just to sell it to the whites that lined up outside the door now.
Yep.
People don't understand that, but see, you got to also understand that the CIA brought it in for them to do it to us.
Build on it.
And it's really a way
Build
to
on
keep
it.
one race always attacking the other, so the government never looks like they're involved. Keep their
Yeah.
hand out of it.
Correct.
So on all these
Hey,
different levels.
it goes back to what I said. The
That's why
first
the
show we had.
KKK was government too. The KKK was our proxy government as well,
Oh
running,
yeah.
getting away with all kinds of shit. They had running the first gun laws. You know, the first gun restriction laws came from the KKK, folks. The black
Right.
man ain't allowed to have a gun now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of
You ain't
shit.
allowed to protect yourself. Right.
That was us, man. Push us, us whiteys.
Right.
Them KKK motherfuckers, though. So you know what I'm saying. You can't.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Government is not what you think it is. It's got
Right.
all kinds of little sneaky fucking, factions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
That
but
go
but
under the radar because they're not, tied to government on paper per se. You know.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh
but,
yeah.
but we
You said
can't
they go
continue to
right
put.
past you then, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion that the mob was really working for the Vatican to destabilize the communities and keep, you know, uh, all the avenues that any of the regular people could get filled. You know, if I wanted to run a couple bottles of liquor here and there or something, if I had a small brewery, if I was just a one-man show in the prohibition thing, I had to make a little to survive. I could make a few bottles a week and survive. But see, now they made it so hard. They had roadblocks and stops and all kinds of shit on every single person. So no single regular little bootlegger is really going to have a way without, you know what I mean, getting caught. And all the big runs and all the big lanes, they're paid, they're buffered, they're allowed through. And that's the government. They call them the mob and, Skinny Labine or whatever their names are and all this type of shit. But, you always hear like, oh, he turned state evidence for the feds. No, that motherfucker was the feds the whole time, fool. He never turned state evidence. That's why I try to tell people, they didn't infiltrate. There ain't a bunch of infiltrating going on. It's starting off like that. And then, then while you're realizing it, that's when you think infiltration is going on. No, now you're starting to realize it. That don't mean it didn't start off that way. These motherfuckers started off in place. And, they would
Right.
hire. I mean, I'm saying you can't say every single one of them, of course, because you could hire some schmo off the street once you're a CIA handler or something. And then now, Biggie fucking, or Capone, CIA, and he's a handler for all these other little guys and shit, running his little minions. You know what I'm saying? It could just
Right.
easily, you can imagine it. It's probably these day and age, happening.
They said that they had sent in secret people back in Mississippi to spy on or to get evidence from the NAACP. I guess they try to blame J. Edgar Hoover, but they sent in light-skinned blacks, right, to infiltrate the NAACP in Mississippi. So now you got a lady that came out and said that she was black when she was really white in the NAACP. You know, so was you there to spy, or was you really? So all
Well,
her
what's
shit
the
being
whole reason?
questioned.
Listen,
All her shit being questioned.
why would there need to be an NAACP if legislation was being upheld in the first place?
Right.
So it's a joke. It's like saying that we need another type of. It's trying to teach the American public, to concede to needing a babysitter at all times because you're never going to be able to rely on even your own government to follow through with laws. See, that's the point you need to learn. That's what they're trying to teach us. Learn helplessness. So eventually, this will escalate to a point where we're going to need something like the UN to step in on every single situation, just like we're getting conditioned to believe right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And it takes a few decades to get to that point, and now we're at a few decades, and here's that point.
Yeah, it's just like
That's
recently
all it is.
the United Nations, 200 motherfucking nations came together to fight against global warming or climate change. Like, get that the fuck out of here. Really? Y'all gonna fight the weather? Did y'all just fight the flood in Missouri? Did y'all fight that? You boxing? You in the ring with that? Did you start that or stop that?
Yeah.
Right. You fighting? You can fight the weather, right? You can change it, right? Yeah, okay.
Only way I can fight the weather is get in a cave.
Right, yeah. Get your ass back in the
Find
cave.
some shelter.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go there. I wasn't thinking Caucasian carcass caving. I wasn't even going there. I wasn't.
Dude, I don't take offense to race jokes, remember?
Right,
I really don't. I mean, that's not something
right,
that's even in my radar.
right.
I don't,
And then you know this is me that's talking to you.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because look, if I took offense to a race joke, that would somehow mean that somewhere in the bottom of pits of my heart that I actually feel guilty. Well, that I actually feel guilty for some shit that I don't feel guilty for at all. I mean,
Right,
I literally don't care. It's none of my
right,
business. I mean,
right.
from a simple economic point of view, I know none of my family ever touched slavery. We were slaves ourselves, so I know we never ever would have ever done it. You know,
I'll tell you, yeah.
and I know most white people in the working class, they couldn't, they didn't want it. I mean, the working class that was over here, which is the majority of the people, they got their jobs fucking taken. The plantation owners and shit that we used to work for, bringing in a bunch of slaves, takes our jobs, puts us
Yeah.
out. We
That's
got
where you get
we
the
lost
slaves
wages.
too.
If we were
Red
lucky
war
enough to hold
as
our
well.
position. No wonder it was easy to find a bunch of fucking white folks that were being mean to black folks and slaves because they're stupid, like the white folks over here are stupid about the Mexicans, thinking, oh, damn Mexicans come over here
Yeah.
taking my jobs, and they blame everything on those damn Mexicans, and they ain't even slaves. They're not even doing it for free. At least they're actually asking for some money, and we hate the fuck out of them over here, right? But it's really our own government that allows that to go down. And then it's the goddamn guys who actually employ them. We're not mad at them either. We're just only mad at the damn Mexicans, right? Well, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We're focused on the weakest target, even though it's not the fucking ideal target to get anything done.
Right.
It's the wrong target. It's poor people trying to just make a living. You can't focus on them. That's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the fucking ones that are taking control of you and telling them that they can have that job when legislation says already that they cannot. You know, unless they're even with us. If you want to get even and charge as much as me, I don't care what you do. Just charge as much as I do. Don't ruin my economy when you come over. That's all I'm saying. And you're worth it. You're worth just as much as me, so ask for as much. Keep the level up. You know, don't come in and undercut everybody. That's because you don't, you know what I mean. But that's the whole thing. We can't have a class. We can't sit at the table with everybody while they're crossing the borders and ask them to politely agree on stuff like that because they have to sneak across the border. Now, if there was no real sneaky shit, no borders and all that kind of shit, we could really do this right. You know, I mean, it just wouldn't be the kind of one world situation that they're wanting it to be out there, because we wouldn't need those borders like that or walls or whatever, because there could be easy legislation where, you know, if you want to come over, simple, come on over, just participate in our voluntary system as much as you can. You know, there's not going to be a need for you to really to come over here, because for one, I'm ending all of those factories and stuff that I've got going on over there that are to evade, helping, because I don't believe that if you have a big factory or big company or something like that, I don't believe there's any way you should ever get out of paying for, the shit that's going on around you. Like if you have your own waste and management and shit like that, you got to pay for all that. It's not government subsidized. You know what I mean? You can't rely on the people to take care of, your mess while you profit off the people. That's a double win for that. That's bad reason to start a company. A lot of people start just for that reason because they can get away with so much. And I think we can pull those loopholes out of the field. You know, we can't have companies like Nestle and Walmart sucking water out of our lakes so that we get charged more for sprinkling our gardens and shit. And that's not cool. And then they sell us the water after bottling it up too for fucking, you know, 1,000% on the dollar.
They bottle that shit up, man. That's the greatest commodity around here is water, man. You know, and then it may not even be spring water. Maybe some lady sitting in her funky ass tub filling up bottles.
Yeah.
Well, it's Nestle and Walmart pumping them out of the lakes in my neighborhood, so.
Hey, remember when that orange Gatorade water came out? That was that orange shit that was in that lake. I was like, what the fuck is that orange Gatorade fucking water?
Yeah, I fucking know what they call it. Antifreeze and shit.
Antifreeze water. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
You talking about China? In China, that red water?
It was somewhere. It could have been in the States. I'm not really sure where I read.
I saw some articles about that. We passed them around in our circles. You might have seen it in Zinglang or whatever that water was over there.
Yeah,
turned
all fucked up.
Red with the garbage and stuff all in it and everything from all of their factories. But I mean, look, you could literally go to anywhere in the U.S. and find some crappy water. And by the way, that redness there, that's an algae that grows from lack of oxygen or that eats up oxygen in the water. So
red algae.
Yeah.
And that's red tide. We get that in a lot of places. In the U.S. even. So I mean, they always show you that shit because it's China, it's so far away and something crazy. And I'm sure there's a lot of dirty areas. But look, right here in the U.S., you can go in just about any creek and see some garbage in the creek. You know, can anything. You know, like it's all over the place like this. You know. So not everywhere, of course. You know, there's places in the mountains and stuff where I go, you never see that type of shit. But if you do, you fucking bury it or pick it up and take it with you. I do. You know, if you ever see some stupid ass kid or something just throwing garbage down or whatever, I just bury it.
Oh man, I was watching the news.
I don't want to see it.
I was watching the news last night and they said this guy had I think it was Southern California, somewhere in California, that he fell like 40 feet over a rock hill and died. Trying to take some pictures of a lake or some shit like that and fell over, slipped and fell. I'm like, really, slipped and fall? Really? Who gets that close to the motherfucking edge?
Man, there's lots of edges out here in Cali, dude. I've been on them. They're just out here, all over the place.
There, right? Mountains, crazy. Man.
You go and walk up a road. It'll be like a bike trail, you know, goes through nice areas and shit. And I got a bike trail out here. I go up in the bike trail and I end up going way up in altitude. It's a long 11-mile jog, and I go way up in altitude and I come back down, you know, along the rocks, and it's just like that. You can just walk off the bike trail and fall off the cliff to your death. No railing, nothing. Yeah, and it's a bike trail too, so it's like, yeah.
Like at your own risk, huh?
Yeah, it's true, man. But that's the thing. There's a lot of those out here, you know, hilly areas and shit. Stay the fuck off those edges, man.
Yeah. So don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
Don't push me.
And I had to open up the African bombada. The African bombada.
Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Man, that was the real revolution shit, man. Broken glass everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Let you know this shit is everywhere. Straight off the break, he said broken glass is everywhere. Meaning there's not one place on the planet where the glass has not been broken. People, wake the fuck up. Grand Metropolitan was trying to tell you that it's everywhere, not just in the black community, in the white community, in the Hispanic community, but every community is fucked up.
Yep, and you know, a lot of people don't know about, you know, some of just the most gangster ass. You think it's just you've heard them. just rappers, just like Trick Daddy and just all kinds of rappers. You know what I mean? And of course, they got those sellout songs because you can't be big without some sellout songs that fuck your community over and all that talking shit about how you need bling bling and jewels and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But then you can hear like, America, he's singing. He'll tell you some shit about this one's about every dude with going through the struggle. You know what I mean? Kind of give you a some knowledge, on a real sense, and most people don't even pick it up. I honestly, you can see it. Most people don't even really pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
But, the black community picks it up. They're listening to what the words are that are being said and thought of and known and shit. And, somehow, yeah. But my point is, a lot of people just think, oh, rap is just a bunch of garbage and shit. No, it's just like anything. It's got garbage and treasure in it,
Yeah.
just like any music, got some treasure and some garbage in it.
Oh yeah.
But if there wasn't a treasure in it, the shit, couldn't even be appealing in the first place.
Right.
For a lot of cases,
Yeah, man.
But that's my point. You know Trick Daddy, of course, right?
Yeah. Cause
Not the best example, but I mean, I was just playing some for Lost. Where'd she go anyway?
I came out with my own CD. I had a rap CD out there, and some of it was positive, but when you into gangsterism, most of it is on that shit. I ain't even gonna call it negative. It's just that shit. It's just a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It's not negative. It's just what it is.
I like Mac. That's there's some songs I got memorized in my head from Mac 10 or not Mac 10. Mac 10? I don't know. Can't even remember. It's been like 20, 15 years or so. But there's some good songs.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the people are anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard that Ball Till You Fall record from No Limit.
Yeah.
Can you ball, nigga?
Right.
Do they want to see me fall?
A matter of fact, I put it on the community uprising song. The first lyrics is sweaty palm bring wicked thoughts, evil mind play a game on a crooked short. No, the rest of it was out here hustling, trying to make a living. Petty crime is my nightmare while I'm chilling. I got guts of stone, 2 nines chrome, two-way pager cell phone, Camry riding on chrome. Girls won't leave me alone. My flow so sweet it's slow, it's like red light, green light, go. It's only on the need to know.
I want you to do this all over again. But no, do it. Start over, but do it because I know you want to emulate Biggie Smalls. I can feel it in your voice. So go ahead and do it. That's probably how it's supposed to be. I can feel that Biggie in there, right?
You felt that Biggie in there?
Yeah, I felt it in there. The way you did that twist up in the,
Yeah, but that's from the old CD High Crimes. I just added it to my community uprising.
I like that.
A couple lyrics, But yeah, the sweaty palms bring wicked thoughts. When you ain't got no money in your hands, you can get some wicked ass shit. You can get some wicked ass plans.
Or some good ones.
Or some good ones, right? Exactly.
Depends on what somebody wants me to believe about myself.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's scary thoughts, man.
Yeah.
It's like the Oracle. Would I have broken the vase had you not told me not to worry about the vase?
Right. She said, "You knew I was gonna ask for a cookie." I baked these for you, Neo. Right, of course.
That's why he finally fucking took a bite of the cookie when he walked out. Yeah. Like, damn, I guess I did want this cookie.
I did want it, right. You know you want this shit. That's why I came out with it. You know you want it. What?
You know you want this.
You know you want it.
The more you say you don't is a sign that I know you're jealous.
Yeah. I'm just trying to promote all my music today for some reason. I'm pitching it, ain't I?
I have to get you to rap my my fluorine song. Fluorine, symbol F, a chemical element. Atomic number 9 is the lightest of halogens. F2 is how you'd write it when it's formed diatomically. It's the most negative element. I mean, electronically, it's extremely reactive. Handling takes great care. You can find it in the stars, but the traces are rare. It has a single stable isotope, fluorine-19. It's where tetrapolyfluoroethylene comes from. Teflon, I bet you never knew. They use it to make Lipitor and Prozac too. Ridiculous money, 16 billion a year, from the stadium roof to your kitchen, where rat poison sold to you by dentistry makes billions for the fluorochemical industry. Well, the powers that was better listen to us, 'cause I think we're all done with the talking and fuss and neurological damage. Make no mistake, I know you used the shit to make the yellow cake, uranium. Now back to my cranium. I've been straining him. I'm talking about my brain in him. Studies
Right.
seem to be short and bogus. Now little kids are getting osteoporosis. I don't know. I gotta finish. I don't know.
Shit.
I don't have to finish.
You was killing the cipher.
Fluorine, man.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to end it there, guys, because I really need to get something to eat. So, but
Hell yeah, we all hungry.
I'll hang around for the
Oh,
after chat
wait,
after
wait.
that.
I got one more. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I will see y'all again tomorrow. So peace, love, help each
All
other.
right.
Bye
Hang
bye.
tight, Eric.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Later.